Hey folks, in this video I'm going to show you another one of these driven by Battat little play sets, and this one is called the 2-in-1 Racetrack. And just from looking at the pictures on the box, it is very, very reminiscent of the Micro Machines double takes sets that were available in the 90s. And basically what those were is essentially what this is. It's a 2-in-1 transformation where, you know, the set is kind of in a compact folded up state and you can kind of play with it that way. Then you can like push a lever or something and then it opens up. Then you can play with it in a more expanded state. So that is basically what this appears to be. And the Micro Machines back in the 90s by Galoob, they had, I don't know, like maybe 4 or 5 variations of those kinds of sets. So yeah, it seems very reminiscent of that. But anyways, it's got a car wash, it's got a button to launch car, it's got an elevator, has a few features. There's the other side of the box. It does come with a couple cars there. Then the bottom, the copyright is from 2020. I've had this in storage for, well, since I bought it, which was probably at least a couple years ago or so. So, yeah. Anyways, let's see. So this is basically a couple pictures of what this looks like. So you've got the more compact version of this where it's closed up. Then it kind of can unfold and it changes. So like it says, changes from an auto shop to a racetrack. So yeah, kind of two different ways to play with it. I'm not sure exactly how you unfold it. I guess, yeah, the Micro Machines had like one lever you would push or one button you would push. At this, it looks like you just kind of pull the pieces back, and that's how it kind of expands, something to that effect. But in any case, I'm really curious to see what this is all about. So let's go ahead and get inside the box, and we'll see what it's all about. Got a little bag of signs there, and there should be also a bag of track too. And my goodness, I was not expecting there to be this many track pieces included. So, well, that's a big little city that you can make from this. That's for sure. And then inside the rest of this, we have the playset. I'm trying to see what else there is, and this looks like definitely a more complex type of set compared to some of the other ones that I've seen where everything is kind of put together right in the box without any sort of instructions or anything like that. While this one, it's got, well, you have to assemble it. You've got the track layout, and what a big track layout it is. Oh my goodness. And yeah, definitely was not expecting all these track pieces. That is something else. I'm not complaining, definitely not complaining, but my goodness, I did not expect that all that would be included. And then sticker application. This one does come with a rather large amount of stickers to put on, it looks like. Let me just open this up really quick. It looks like there's actually 2 sheets of stickers. Yeah, you got 1 and 2, and not only are they stickers, but they're kind of larger stickers too. So this will take me probably a little bit to put together. The actual set itself is not extraordinarily large, I guess, but it's, man, just looking at this, it is so reminiscent of those Micro Machines double take sets. It's just such a similar type design, and it seems pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go put the stickers on, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, folks, I finally got this thing assembled, and my goodness, was it tedious, honestly. A lot of it was mostly putting together this track, and you can actually see that this was the layout, the second layout that the instructions recommended, and it just doesn't quite fit perfect everywhere. You can see if I connect it to this part of the playset, it's kind of hard to connect it there. It just doesn't align perfectly. Go to this side and it's kind of the same right here. You can maybe put a little tiny piece there, but even then it's not quite perfect. So you can kind of just connect it in a couple places and just kind of let it sort of dangle in others. It's about the best you can do. But otherwise, it's a lot of little track, and that was just kind of the main tedious part for that. But then also putting on all these stickers, which in the end they actually look very nice, I gotta admit. So worth putting them on, but very tedious, especially some of these like longer stickers like this that you gotta kind of fit in certain areas. Like there's certain little places where it's like, well, I certainly couldn't get that perfectly because it's just, well, it's kind of tedious. So that is just what it is. But yeah, the other thing with the track layout too is you actually can't easily unfold this. I'll kind of show you what I mean quick. If you try to unfold it, well, I mean, obviously I got the car that fell under here, but it falls onto the track and it doesn't set up the way that it should. So really, you can set up the track around it for closed, or you can open it up and set up the track again for it being open. So this is just the way that I'll show you with it being closed. And yeah, with that all said, let's give it a try here. So so it is kind of cool. It's got the actual set itself I really generally like as far as first impressions go. So you can back up, let's see, you can back up in here into what is the elevator when it's vertical. And, you know, you can basically just use the elevator to push the car out like a little bit of a launcher. So let's actually try that. So just a little launcher piece that you can do. The other thing that you can kind of see is this track, it comes apart pretty easily. I'd recommend using a hard surface for this. I'm probably not doing it very effectively on carpet here, but yeah, it just definitely comes apart very, very easily. But why not just drive around the track here and just kind of show you that real quick. So there's a lot of track included, so you can make any kind of layout you want with it. And I do like that. So, and actually the layout itself that the instructions recommended had this area closing off with a curve, and this extra track would have been left over. So I just decided to set that all up over there. But we'll bring the car over here. And this is where we basically enter into the set. So I'll drive up the ramp here and basically drive all the way around it. We've got a little gas pump here so you can kind of pretend to get gas. And I just like the general cityscape that they've created with this. I think it looks, it's pretty cool. So, and then repair the car, or pretend to display the car, whichever one you want to call it. Drive off the ramp. Got a little parking places here. You can pretend like you're airing up the car right there. And then to exit, you just drive into here and then, let's see if I can do this right, and then drive down the little ramp and onto the track down here. So that is basically what you can do with this set when it is in this closed position. And I think it's, well, it's pretty cool. So let's drive the green car, or let's see if I can do this right. Drive the green car around just to show you one more time. And get up on here, do a little spin. And let's have this car exit. Just like that. And now what I'm going to do, since I've kind of shown you kind of the track layout here and what this set is like closed up, I'm going to go ahead and take the track and actually get rid of that. I'll set that to the side so I can just show you the set itself in the closed and open positions. Okay, so now that I got the track pieces out of the way, I guess I'll give you just kind of a quick little 360 around the set. Why not? And just kind of show you from all the different angles of it in the closed position. So again, it looks pretty cool. It is heavily inspired by the Micro Machines double takes. And in fact, as it turns out, you can actually open and close this with just one handle, basically with the elevator piece here. So let me show you that. Just lift it up like this. It opens up fully. Go like that. It closes fully. So let's open it up again. And there we go. And then now we have the, basically this raceway here. And the first thing you have is this elevator that goes to nowhere. Yeah, you can drive up and into it and just go all the way to the top, and, you know, I guess that's just what you can do. Pretend like it's an observatory and you can just drive right off or something, but nevertheless, that's something you can do. And actually, I forgot that there is actually a ramp here too, so you can actually use it as just an elevator for these two little floors, because they're not exactly equal levels, so you can pretend to do that, I guess, and do that. So you can do that, and then go through the little exit down here, and there's that. But then we have this whole raceway area, which, look at all the stuff there is to do here, and you can imagine how tedious it was to put all of these stickers on. They do look great in the end, but yeah, definitely kind of tedious. I think that this is supposed to come up all the way like this. So you've got basically a little drag strip here, and it looks like it's just all gravity driven. You kind of bring the cars up here. Trying to see how exactly you're supposed to do that, but just kind of hold your finger out, I guess, and let the cars go. I don't know. But yeah, a whole bunch of different little features that they have. So this kind of little dirt hill terrain here, so you can drop the car in and do that. And then, of course, you can do the drag strip race, which is going to be incredibly hard for me to try and demonstrate with just one hand. Let's see if I can try, though. Well, that was kind of tricky. Well, you get the idea. Let me try once more, perhaps. Let me try to drag these back to the start. Well, kind of hard to do. But you get the idea. You can kind of pretend to race them that way, bring them to their finish line places. Whoever got first goes on top. And then the one action piece that there is this launcher right here. So basically just pull it back, push the button, and it should launch the car. So let's give that a try. Drive right down in, see how well it works. Works pretty good. You basically send the car off into, wherever. It just flies off randomly and, probably isn't going to land upright, but actually has a lot of power. So that's kind of fun. That's probably the funnest little feature of this, I would say. And then I guess you could pretend to drive the car up here too and launch it off, something like that. But otherwise, that's kind of the way that it is on the inside. This piece doesn't really stay up super well, so you kind of got to just pretend a little bit with that. But let's try the launcher one last time. Well, maybe we'll get a better one than that. That one really flew. So with that all said, maybe fold these up a little bit, and then I'll just demonstrate closing it and opening it one more time, because it's, that's kind of a fun part of this too. So there it is closed. Close this up if you want. Open it up again, and close it up again. So I do like that aspect of this a lot. That's just a lot of fun to open and close it like that. So. But anyways, there it was, the 2-in-1 racetrack from the Driven by Battat collection of Micro Machines-esque play sets. There it was. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.